look at this video, you're going to say, I know those drills. And I'm sure you do. In fact, you probably know more drills than I do. But look very closely, listen, of how we try to make our drill come as close to match play, how we try to make the drill break down the techniques, how we try to make the video and the drills clearly show what happens to students in different sets of circumstances. That's the objective of our video. We can measure levels of play. We also can measure the attitude. And also, please look when the drill breaks down, how we get it together. Oh yes, you'll see me blow my top a few times, but you'll also see me compliment them. I sincerely hope that you look at this video as a teaching tool, just not another video that shows drills.
It is recommended that you complete a 10-minute exercise routine before every on-court training session. Jumping rope or jogging, followed by stretching, will help increase your flexibility and reduce the risk of injury.
Now, before we get started, all you boys have done your warm-ups before you've come on the court. You've done your stretching, done your skipping rope, you've done all the necessities that you have to do to prevent an injury and start getting your minds focused to start to go to work. Now you're on the tennis court. We didn't come out to practice. We've come out to focus and to start maintaining a concentration point, the same as when you play. What you want to do when we do this warm-up drill is you want to think about early preparation. We want to work on that technique. We want to make sure we have a good base, give us that strong foundation that the techniques don't go up and down. And remember, even though this is a warm-up drill, we're here to play tennis. We want to get right down to business with the very first ball. If we start doing this with these type of drills, as soon as you go out to play, you won't lose the first game or two. You know why? Because you know exactly what to do. Take advantage of that first ball and get right down to business. All right, guys? All right, let's get started. To warm up, we'll just do a simple forehand and a backhand. To the back of the line, the next person get right up to that baseline. The on-deckers are always moving their feet. All right, here we go. Everybody's moving. There's our forehand down the line. There's our backhand down the line. Now, notice, coaches, what I'm doing right here. I've put a couple of targets on the court so that students just don't hit the ball for hitting the ball. In order to hit the ball to the target area, they've got to get good height and depth. And as you're doing this, you have to keep on talking, giving little comments, and also, coaches, notice how I'm picking out the balls out of the box. I don't take my eye off the student for 1 second, and that's very, very important. We want to maintain height and depth. Also, we want to go for a spot on the tennis court. Just don't hit the ball to hit the ball, please. Excellent. Give yourself a little safety margin to make that error. Feet are moving. Perfect. All right, come inside the court a little bit more. Shorten up that backswing. Excellent. 3 to 4 feet above the net. Hear my voice as I begin to talk. I want you to hit the ball that way. Notice my monotone. It's the same way. That's good. Prepare. Very good. Now watch me now. All right, guys. Let's get with it. Feet are moving. No misses. And you run the match conditions. Are we ready, guys? Here we go. All right, early preparation. Good. Low to high. Get underneath that. Prepare for that difficult ball. That's it. Prepare as you run for that ball. Excellent. Turn. Over. Good. Let's stop moving. Good. Come on. Come after that ball. Excellent. Come on. Get inside this court. Good. Come after the ball like you want to hit it. That's more like it. Come on. Challenge the ball. Catch it when it's going up, and that's important. All right, take a second. All right, we have +1. Free ball, +2. +3. +4. +5. +6. Look at the concentration of these boys and the early preparation. +7. If you were out rallying and not have the boxes in place, why it's so different when we put the boxes in place? I mean, can you tell me, does it make you concentrate a little bit more to see the target?
Yeah, you aim it.
You're aiming. So what about you?
It puts me under pressure.
Puts you a little bit under pressure? Well, you know, what I kind of like to do is to see if we can't have the same type of pressure on us when we don't have the boxes. Because the name of this game is height and depth, making position, and early preparation. And once you can start doing this in practice, and you start playing a match, the key to a match is to control the center of the court. And if you can control the center of the court and going to this box and over to the other box, and then coming in on short balls, that's how you begin building the point. So early preparation is important, movement, and total concentration in getting the ball to a location. Now we're going to have these boys do the same drill, put a little bit more element of difficulty into it, that they can't back up, have to hit everything on the rise. Now they're going to have to use their legs a little bit more. 1, 2. You're -1. Moving much better. And look how quick they have to set up. Also, at this point, perhaps even consolidate their backswing. Say, he got caught. A perfect example of what happens when you get caught inside that baseline. He should have either come forward or should he came in and volleyed the ball. So by putting your students in different conditions, you'd be surprised what you can accomplish by a simple game drill. All right, next. Good boy. Now let's go back to being steady again. No mistakes. Height and depth. Now you got to get tough with them a little bit and get their minds to start working again. Prepare as you run. Good boy. That's it. Use those legs. You have to be pushed and you have to dig deep. But when you're pushed and you have to dig deep, keep calm. Go to simple fundamentals. Simple fundamentals is footwork, balance, early preparation. Live ball drills, live ball competition. People who practice well when the ball is fed to them, beep, the whistle blows. One student against another student. Uh-oh, you see some breakdowns. The mental part comes into the picture. A little bit more pressure, the element of competition, and that's exactly what coaches want to find out. What do we need to work with students? Live ball, fed ball, actual sets. It's all part of the game plan, and you must find the right formula for your students. Here's how the drill works. Liberty, you're on the other side. Jemiah, you're over here. Okay. Baseline to baseline. Everything you do, whether it's a forehand or a backhand, you have to hit the ball in between the lines. And this requires total concentration too. The box game, you notice that the box is a little bigger. Now they have to move to do this, and they have to keep it into a 3.5-foot area. Not that easy. Now look at that, how they're starting to hit that ball pretty darn good. All right, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's play a 5-point game. You have -1. You have -2. -2-2. 1-2. 1-3. 2-3. Look at them cook now. Very nice. Come on, girls. Excellent. Well done. I like it. Look at it. As soon as you start putting that competition in there. Come on. Play it out. Excellent. Prepare. I tell you what, this is not that easy. You know, the volley has become a big part of the game. And if you hit the ball up on the rise, hit killer forehands, and you control the first ball, you're going to get a lot of defensive balls to hit and come to the net, or you're going to get a lot of floating returns that you can pick right out of the air and come in and volley. But once you come into volley, it's essential that you maintain control of the volley. Certainly you want to hit that big screaming volley and for the people to say, holy mackerel, did you see that? But I also see the balls that you miss. So what we're going to do now, we're going to do a disciplined control volley. We're going to go back and forth, back and forth. We're going to take 2 at a time. We're going to do 20 balls. And all we're going to do is make each other look like they can volley. So you're going to make them look good. Hit the ball right back to them. Once you do that, we can take you to the next level. But you first have to keep the ball in play. And a lot of you boys, and I'm sure a lot of the girls we work with, thinks it's easy to be a coach and volley. It's not that easy. To be a coach and be able to do the drills or even give lessons, you have to volley that ball on a dime. I can remember Brian Gottfried at 11 and 12 years old. He did all my lessons during the summertime. Stood up there and took every lesson 8 and 10 hours a day. He became the best volleyer in the world. But he had to make the student look good. And then he had to take him to another level by moving him a couple of feet. And then he had to move him even a couple more feet. And you can only do that if you can control the volley. You understand? First exercise is very simple. A to B to C to D. Come on. Here we go. Good. All right. Now just change it. Just change that drill. Good boy. You change it yourself. Here we go. Perfect. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Nice and controlled. Very little body motions. Perfect. Now we can get in a little closer to the same drill. Keep it going. Get in a little closer. There we go. Perfect. Up. Good. All right, back up a little bit now. Good. All the way back. Service line to service line. Now you volley with good depth. Good. All right. That's it. Come on. Good boy. Work on those techniques now. A little shorter backswing, please. A little shorter backswing. Too many misses, guys. Come on. Excellent. Come on, go for the ball. Volley out deep, guys. Volley out deep. Boys, that stinks. Pick up the balls. That's terrible. Now, come on, put those balls in this basket. All of you, pay attention. You're not focusing, okay? This is a match. We don't get out there, we don't dolly. You boys get down there. Let's get down to business with these volleys. You understand now? This is business. Business, okay? Now, come on, let's get over there. You can do much better than that. Good. Perfect. Come on. Now we're cooking. You've got to want to volley. You've got to want to volley. Good. Clear that ball for safety. Perfect. Come on. There you go. And again, come on. Let's go. You've got to do better than this. Good. Don't collapse that wrist on that backhand volley, Dylan. Good techniques. Come on. And make it bite right through that ball. Perfect. Keep your head still, please. Good boy. Come on. Now we're cooking. Now we're starting to go to the dance. Excellent. Now we're going. Now we're going. Perfect. Yes, sir. I like it. All right, boys. That's more like it. Now, see, boys, you fell asleep on that other one. And this is what happens in a match. You fall asleep, you drop a game. You drop 2 games, guys. You have to maintain that focus at all times. And what you want to do is to maintain that focus to such a point that the opponent breaks down. You understand me? All right. You know, we've talked about fed drills, we've talked about competition drills. Now I'd like to talk about a competition workout. 2 or 3 students to go out there to accomplish certain things. Number 1, being able to keep balls in play for 2 or 3 minutes, requiring the same rally speed. And we work on movement. We work a 2-on-1. Cross court, the other student hits down the line. You see how the element of movement starts to come into it. And then also, you have the 3 students sort of working against each other. Who competes the best? Who misses the first ball? So it's an entirely different workout. You're really getting much closer to a disciplined workout rather than just a drill, because they must do a certain thing, but it's also live ball at the same time. And that's part of the picture. So, I mean, there's all sorts of things that you must do to prepare that student for actual play. We're going to work on discipline, we're going to work on movement, we're going to work on consistency, we're going to work on depth. We're going to see where techniques fall down, we're going to push it with some speed drills, and then we'll make little corrections as we go along. He'll hit to you 2 guys, and he's got to hit all 4 hands. Notice now to hit all 4 hands, he's already made up in his mind that he's going to have to move to make this. We're not hitting any winners. Early preparation. He has excellent footwork. Let's stop a second. We're going to go for 24 hands, 50% less power. Let's start it again. We're not going for winners. That's 1. That's 2. Notice how Lee slips right over in order to hit his forehand, similar to what Courier did. Now they're both at a rally speed that they can control. In these drills, all the players must hit fairly close to the same pace to be effective. At that time, he couldn't hit the forehand, so he hit a backhand, which is okay. Excellent discipline. Look how he moves back for a deep ball, but moves back into the pocket after he hits it. He has enough spin on the ball for control. Well done. This is exactly the attitude they have when they start building points in actual play. Blast a person off the court. No rhythm. Hit 170 miles an hour, come back down to 50. What I'm trying to do with these students is to show them that a steady game, being offensive, is the way to start out. Not going for complete winners or going for the lines. This is not an easy game. If they can do it here, they can do it when they start playing. Let's now go to all backhands. We don't want one stroke to get ahead of the other stroke in practice. Certainly we're trying to build killer forehands, but you also have to hit at least a neutral backhand. Excellent preparation. Uses his legs extremely well. Hits from a low to high with enough spin for control. Notice the boys hitting in the same volume of pace. This is what makes the drill effective. Maintain your focus at all times. It's all we have to do. No errors from that far back. Hit a little bit more to the middle of the court when you're too far back. All right. He's going to hit cross courts. You boys hit down the line. Same pace. Now we're working a little bit on movement. We're taking both the forehands and backhands. Excellent preparations. Uses his legs well. Use a little bit of a push that time. It's a little windy, so have a little spin. Well done. All right, Lee's going down the line. Just change the drill. Well done. So you give the boys all different types of options. Notice the feet, they never stop. He's always making position. He'll go back up on this to buy some time. Well done. Don't break your focus. Don't break the focus. We said control the court. Control the court does not mean going for winners. It's placement and having your opponent always on the defense of moving. Eventually, you'll get the ball that you want to attack the net or go for a big killer forehand. I want to thank my staff. I want to thank the students that worked so hard in helping with this video. And I want to thank my personal friends that have contributed time and effort and their resources for Nick Bollettieri to develop a new manual that will be coming out with Mike DePalma and I, plus a new video series and all sorts of things in 1999. Am I through? Not yet. You'll be seeing me for several more years. Thank you, everybody.